Do you ever pick up a ball and just shoot?
I haven't picked up a ball in years.
No, come on. Just like walk past. There's got to be a hoop somewhere at your place.
You don't see a hoop anywhere around here, right?
But, I mean, I enjoyed watching that. I think it was like a 3-minute interview. I believe half of it was talking about when he went to I think it was the Ryder Cup owner's home, and he got challenged to shoot a free throw. He said it was like years ago or something.
I was at the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
And I rented a house from the owner.
Sure.
He came over to do pictures. He had grandkids. And I was meet and greet, thank him for allowing me to stay in the house. And he had a basketball court. He says, I want you to shoot one free throw.
I hope you swished it.
Absolutely.
When it comes to NBA media nowadays, things aren't as clean as they look on TV. Every single analyst, every single show, and every single network has someone pulling the strings, someone they have to answer to. It's not about basketball anymore, it's about power, influence, and control. And if you've been paying attention, you already know who's sitting at the top of that pyramid. Klutch Sports, LeBron James, and his right-hand man, Rich Paul. For most fans, it's not even a secret anymore. You can literally see it. Every headline, every exclusive, every debate somehow circles back to the same narrative: LeBron's greatness, his leadership, his influence. But scratch the surface, and what you'll find isn't admiration. It's a carefully crafted media machine designed to keep LeBron's image spotless and his rivals in the dirt.
I got homies that was literally at the house with me when Cole was dropping the 81. When he got 60, we watching the game, I'm like, oh shit. No, he might go for 80 tonight.
Flashback.
I seen the whole game. I was at home watching the game, and you know, I said he was going to, before the game even started, when I seen, I said he was probably going to score 70 tonight.
Now let's talk about their biggest narrative, the one they never stop pushing. The idea that LeBron James is the GOAT and Michael Jordan, just a relic from the past. That's Klutch Sports' bread and butter, and rewriting history in real time. But let's be honest, Jordan is Jordan. The man changed basketball forever, and no amount of tweets or PR stunts can erase that. LeBron's legacy, his play style, his overall body of work, it doesn't measure up. But instead of accepting that, Klutch Sports does what they do best. They infiltrate the system. They get in bed with the media, take over the conversations, and use trusted insiders to spread their talking points. And that's where guys like Shams Charania come in, the so-called NBA scoop king. This guy's become the go-to source for breaking news, but behind the scenes, he's more of a messenger than a journalist. The truth is, Shams isn't just connected to Klutch Sports, he's owned by them. Think about it.
Say this again. I know Rich, I vaguely work with Rich, I have massive respect for him.
Every major LeBron or Rich Paul story somehow gets filtered through Shams first. Remember the Anthony Davis trade saga, when every outlet was buzzing about whether LeBron had a hand in forcing it? Shams immediately jumped out front saying LeBron James was not involved. Convenient, right? That's not journalism, that's damage control, and it makes perfect sense why he'd do it. Shams's entire reputation depends on access. His worth comes from what he knows, and who's feeding him that info. So, if your main pipeline to NBA gossip is Klutch Sports, you're not gonna bite the hand that feeds you. You're gonna protect it. You're gonna echo whatever narrative keeps you in their good graces. But here's the wild part. When people say Shams is owned by Rich Paul, it's not just a figure of speech. Back in 2019, Rich Paul's Klutch Sports literally invested in the company that employs Shams.
But what about this relationship between AD and LeBron James, Klutch Sports? They won a title together. But you report that LeBron didn't even know about it, found out about it at dinner after the Knicks.
That means every tweet, every source confirms. Every inside story is backed by the same people trying to control the NBA's biggest image. That's not journalism, that's a business operation. And it's working. Fans eat up every post like it's gospel, not realizing they're being fed curated, Klutch-approved narratives. The line between media and management has blurred beyond recognition. If you're still watching and following this breakdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because we're diving even deeper into how far this rabbit hole goes next. You won't believe who else is tied into this web of influence. Back in 2019, something major went down, and it barely got the attention it deserved. Rich Paul, the mastermind behind Klutch Sports, made a slick power move. He merged Klutch with United Talent Agency, also known as UTA, one of Hollywood's most powerful networks. And guess who just happened to join the party a few months later? That's right, Shams Charania. UTA and Klutch forming one entity wasn't some random business deal. It was a calculated takeover. Think about it. A sports agency joining forces with a Hollywood talent empire? That's control over athletes and the media that covers them. And who benefits the most from that kind of setup? You guessed it, LeBron James and Rich Paul. Right now, in the NBA media world, almost every insider, every talking head, every so-called analyst is paid off by someone. The guy signing Shams's checks, literally Rich Paul himself. These relationships aren't coincidences, they're pipelines. ESPN, Klutch, UTA, all connected. It's one big circle of influence where everyone plays their role, pretending to be independent while secretly working toward the same goal. Protect LeBron's image and shape the story.
Expand your game and become a much better three-point shooter, but he's got to get better at that.
99.9% of the time, I'm going to know what's going on. The one time I didn't was the one time we all didn't, per se, know what was going on. We all didn't, per se, know what was going on.
It's not journalism, it's politics. Dirty politics being done both behind closed doors and right out in the open. When you own the media, you don't just own the headlines, you own people's thoughts. You decide who's the hero, who's the villain, and who gets erased from history. Now let's pause for a second and talk about something that perfectly exposes this double standard. Michael Jordan's NBC debut. That short 2 to 5 minute segment was pure magic. It reminded the world why MJ still connects with fans across every generation. It showed his humanity, his love for the game, his respect for fans, young and old. That's why Jordan's legacy still feels real, even decades later. But if you're Klutch Sports, that's a nightmare. You can't have MJ outshining your golden boy. So what do? You plant doubt, you twist the story, you have your mouthpieces, like Shams, imply that Jordan was lying, that his moment wasn't genuine. It's wild. The man hasn't even been active for years, and they're still trying to tear him down. But here's the kicker. Shams' attempt completely backfired. Within 24 hours, the truth came out, and he ended up with egg on his face. It was one of those rare moments where the narrative machine tripped over itself.
The basketball court, he says, I want you to shoot one free throw. I said, really? When I stepped up to shoot the free throw, it's the most nervous I've been in years.
Stop it.
In years.
Stop it. Come on.
And reason being is those kids heard the stories from the parents about what I did 30 years ago.
Right.
So their expectation is 30 years prior, and I haven't touched the basketball.
And yet, even after being exposed, he kept pushing. Because when your paycheck comes from Klutch Sports, you say what they want you to say, even if it makes you look ridiculous. And here's where the irony gets so thick you could cut it with a knife. Shams' boss, Rich Paul, and his best friend, LeBron James, are the kings of bending the truth. They've built entire careers on selective storytelling, shaping narratives to fit their version of greatness. If you're still watching, make sure to subscribe right now, because the next chapter dives into how deep this media manipulation actually goes. You'll want to hear who's next in this tangled web of power and influence. So let's get one thing straight. Who exactly is Shams, Klutch Sports, and Rich Paul going after? Michael Jordan. The irony is almost hilarious. After all these years, after decades of dominance, Jordan still lives rent-free in their heads.
The moment
Was black.
was when MJ came in.
When he came in.
I ain't never.
Yeah. We're talking about aura. You're talking about aura.
Let me tell you something. When he walked through,
Just aura, that's it.
everything
Just aura.
changed.
Yeah.
And when the coolest person walk in the room,
You cool until the coolest thing
person
walk
walk
in the
in.
room, yeah.
Man, when MJ came in, it get silence. Everybody was like, "Oh,
That's when you really saw the difference of like, man, this dude the GOAT.
yeah."
Like when he was walking, everybody was just staring at him.
Yeah.
Like even all the people that was
Like he
The top
glowing,
75
the top
looking at
the
him.
other 74 was looking at him.
It drives them crazy that he's still so relevant, so untouchable, that even in 2025, his shadow hangs over everything LeBron does. And that right there is the truth that Klutch Sports can't stand. Michael Jordan isn't just a basketball legend, he's a myth. The man has mystique, that once-in-a-lifetime aura that LeBron James just can't replicate. Jordan doesn't chase attention. Attention finds him. Meanwhile, LeBron, he's everywhere. Press conferences, podcasts, documentaries, brand deals, he lives for the spotlight. Every headline, every quote, every look at me moment is another step in the LeBron PR cycle. But Jordan, he's the total opposite. The man barely speaks. In the last 20 years, you can count his interviews on one hand. When he does open his mouth, it's rare, it's raw, and it means something. That's what separates greatness from overexposure. Klutch Sports' entire empire is built on noise, hype, and viral moments. But Jordan's power is silence. His quietness creates curiosity. It makes every word he says echo 100 times louder. And here's the crazy part. That mystery, that sense of distance, makes Jordan even bigger. When he talks, the world stops. Every generation, whether they lived through his prime, caught his final run, or only know him through highlights, reacts the same way. Awe, respect, and disbelief. Even people who never saw him play still feel his impact. That's how deep his legend runs. LeBron, on the other hand, has become too available. Every time he tries to control the narrative, it backfires. The more he talks, the less powerful his words become. And that's where Klutch Sports messed up. They tried so hard to make him look like the chosen one, the next Jordan, the face of every era. But in doing so, they accidentally watered down his own importance. Think about it. Jordan didn't chase that GOAT label. He didn't beg for it, tweet about it, or host ESPN specials to prove it. The world gave it to him. It was earned, not marketed. And that humility, that refusal to self-promote, is exactly why he remains timeless. Meanwhile, LeBron has been chasing that label since day one, calling himself the chosen one, talking about the Wash King, constantly trying to remind fans he's great. It doesn't come off as confidence anymore. It comes off as desperate. That's the big difference between Jordan and LeBron off the court, how they carry themselves. Jordan lets his legend breathe. LeBron tries to control it. Jordan became iconic through his actions. LeBron declares himself iconic through his words, and fans can feel that difference deep down. One feels authentic, the other feels scripted. So when Klutch Sports keeps pushing these comparisons, it just makes things worse for them. They've overplayed their hand again and again. Instead of lifting LeBron higher, their obsession with rewriting history only reminds people how far he still is from Jordan's legacy. And that's why this whole GOAT war between LeBron and MJ keeps blowing up in Klutch Sports' face. Because no matter how many media insiders, PR tricks, or Twitter bots they use, you can't manufacture aura. You either have it or you don't, and Jordan's got it for life. Klutch Sports runs around 24/7, always spinning stories, always pushing new narratives, always trying to keep LeBron's name shining in the spotlight. It's a full-time operation built on hype, control, and image management. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan, he doesn't need to say a word. He speaks maybe once in a blue moon, and when he does, it matters. Because when Jordan talks, it's real, it's raw, it's authentic. That's what separates legends from brands. One moves in silence, the other screams for attention. Jordan's words carry weight because they come from truth, not a marketing agenda. And that's something Klutch Sports can't buy, can't fake, and can't ever recreate, no matter how many press releases or sources they drop. Thanks for watching. If you're still here, hit that subscribe button right now, because more truth like this is coming your way soon.